Uncertainty Avoidance by Stanislas Volkaert. A comparison between Denmark and Belgium concerning the difference in culture based on their respective amount of tolerance of unpredictability and change. In this PowerPoint, I will guide you through my research poster based on the differences in uncertainty avoidance between Denmark and Belgium. In this research poster, I ask myself the questions: what is uncertainty avoidance? What insights does Hofstede provide us with on these two cultures? What are the results of the interviews I conducted with a Danish and a Belgian citizen? Then, I will give you some relevant examples and tell you about the impact these differences have on cross-cultural business. Uncertainty avoidance. What is it? Uncertainty avoidance is the way cultures differ from one another based on the amount of tolerance they have of unpredictability. When comparing Belgium to Denmark on the Uncertainty Avoidance Index, they both lay at the very opposites of the spectrum from one another. People from societies who have a low score on this index will generally not be afraid to say or to admit that they do not know something. And they are also generally able to quickly change their plans should a certain situation arise. The opposite can be said for societies with a high uncertainty avoidance score. Clear rules and structure are needed, and a detailed planning is preferred. If lacking, this can be a cause for stress. According to Hofstede Insights, Belgium, with a score of 94, has one of the highest scores on the UA index. Belgians prefer to have a clear set of rules and security, and its absence can be a cause of stress. They do not like changing policies and prefer to have a clear planning at hand, which allows them to reach their desired goals. With a score of 23 on the UA index, Danes, on the other hand, do not need structure and predictability in their work life, which the Belgians do desire according to Hofstede Insights. This can be contributed to the combination of being a highly individualist nation and being encouraged to be curious from a very young age. The results of the interviews I conducted with a Belgian and a Danish citizen provided me with some very interesting insights. According to Mrs. Brussel, a Belgian citizen, change is not determined by where you grew up, but rather what you experienced and how you were brought up. Some might easily adapt to change, whilst others might experience more problems with it. She also believes it has a lot to do with the state of the economy in the country and how the government is ran. Due to Belgium having a history of making compromises, she doesn't think that people are being forced to change, which might offer us a clue about why Belgians tend to not like change, according to Hofstede. According to Mr. Stassing, a Danish citizen, Danes have no problems with a fast-changing world in which plans can easily be changed overnight. They can easily adapt to new ways of thinking and to new plans. Changes on the work floor are not brought home and thus do not have an impact on their daily lives, due to the fact that change in Denmark is not seen as an obstacle but rather as a normal event in business. Some relevant examples of the problems that arise according to this uncertainty avoidance in the two countries are the following. Due to the fact that Wallonia and Flanders both have a high score on the Uncertainty Avoidance Index, it can be quite difficult for them to agree over certain topics, as they both have their set goals and do not want to deviate from them. And this can be a cause for problems when negotiating new laws and policies. A clear example of this is the 2007 to 2011 Belgian political crisis. In Denmark, when faced with opposition from your team concerning a change, it is very important to tell them why. For example, if there is more work to be done on a certain day, then they should be working after hours. But the contrary is also true. If there is no work to be done on a certain day, they should not be wasting their time behind a desk. These differences can have a great impact on cross cultural business and business relations between these two nations. Belgians, when faced with something they do not comprehend, should be able to admit to it and ask further questions in order to gain a better understanding of the concept. Danes, on the other hand, should stick more to their original plans instead of turning over the table overnight. A framework of clear rules and goals should be made before the actual collaboration starts in order to ensure a good and beneficial partnership or business venture. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this research poster on the differences on uncertainty avoidance between Denmark and Belgium as interesting as I did. Thank you.